Hello, hello. The business credit game is changing very fast, and if you're not moving strategically, you might be watching your funding options dry up overnight. Banks are pulling back harder than ever. If you've been trying to secure business funding and finding it way harder than before, you're not crazy. Today, I'm going to be breaking down exactly what's happening, what the banks aren't telling you, and what you need to do to access capital while everyone else is getting locked out. I'm Zach Gordon, a business funding consultant and capital advisor. I help business owners secure between 50,000 and 500,000 in business credit without falling into the traps you're seeing right now. Let's go ahead and get into it. Funding crackdown. What's really happening? Approvals are tanking. Right now, only 25 to 30% of business credit applications are getting approved. Just a year or two ago, that number was closer to 70, 80%. Even people with 750 plus credit scores and aged LLCs are getting denied. The old playbook, it's dead and gone. Banks aren't looking just at your personal credit anymore. They're looking at hidden risk signals most business owners don't even know exist. So what's changed? Well, the economy is shifting. Consumer debt is at an all-time high, and banks are scrambling to reduce the risk. So let me show you how they're flagging people behind the scenes. Early warning systems and risk monitoring. Banks are now tracking your banking history harder than ever. If you've ever had any overdrafts, inconsistent deposits like big transfers that don't match your business activity, or if you've opened and closed too many accounts, credit card stacking that looks like manufactured spending. You might already have a silent risk flag that blocks your approvals before a human even looks at your file. And the truth about business credit is separate. A lot of people were told business credit doesn't report to your personal credit. Well, that's only half true. Banks don't just check your credit score, they're going to check your total debt exposure across business and personal accounts. Your cash flow trends, if you have inconsistent revenue, that's going to be a denial. Your business credit ratings, not just your paydex, but deeper risk metrics banks don't publicly disclose. This is why so many people are getting slashed and denied right now. This is $1 trillion debt crisis, and this is why the banks are clamping down. Consumer debt, all-time high. More LLCs are being created than ever before. Banks are freezing new approvals and cutting limits. So what does this mean? If you're not positioned right, you're not going to be able to get funding. If you are, you're about to get access to capital while 90% of business owners are stuck watching from the sidelines. So how do you still get business funding in 2025? Well, you got to play by the new playbook. And this is where smart business owners win. You got to get your banking reputation right, run deposits consistently, avoid negative cash flow, stay away from overdrafts and excessive transfers, build banking relationships, stop account hopping, structure business for approval, have an aged entity or acquire one. Make sure your NICS code isn't flagged as a high risk. And you're going to want to optimize your business credit ratings, not just your paydex, but deeper reports. Use the right lenders and stacking strategy because not all banks are cutting back equally. Some are still lending aggressively, but only if you have the right approach. Banks are still approving if you structure your application correctly. But here's what most people mess up. They apply blindly or try to stack too fast, and it backfires. Inside our system, we run a strategic 6 to 8 bank sequence that ensures high approval odds, maximize funding amounts, and no unnecessary denials that shut future doors. Your next move, if you're serious about securing the 50,000 to 500,000 in funding that I mentioned in this new economy, you need to play the game at a higher level. And if you need help getting your business properly structured, go ahead and DM me the word fun on Instagram. I'll have the link here and let's go ahead and have a chat. Or if you just want free game, make sure to subscribe, like this video, and drop a comment so I know this is valuable to you. Stay ahead, stay strategic, and I'll see you in the next video.